Welcome back to Be the Trader, everybody. Today I want to show you how I would use Robinhood to trade on a daily basis. A lot of people have been asking me, how do they use Robinhood? Do I recommend them? First off, personally, I only use them for a couple of days because I immediately knew that it wasn't for me. But because a lot of people still want to use them, let me show you how I would go about using them moving forward. Check this out. So let's get started. This is the Robinhood browser. Right, so type in robinhood.com, you come to this browser page. Now, I want to let you guys know, first off, if you're day trading, Robinhood, I've only tried it for a couple of days, and I can tell you personally, after trading for 3.5 to 4 years, it is not the platform to use. I'm letting you know my own personal opinion on this, but I will show you how to use it, how you can trade with it. And if you are going to use it to trade, to day trade, I would say maybe just swing trade on it. If you're going to use a day trade, you're probably wondering, well, first off, you're probably wondering, why are you showing a browser, not your phone? Well, because if you're going to day trade it, I want to show you in the browser because it's much easier, it's much faster. And when it comes to day trading, you need quick executions. On your phone, there's so many steps to get to an order, to be filled, to sell it, that it could significantly hurt your success in day trading. So if you are going to use Robinhood, try the browser. If you haven't tried it yet, check it out. So the first thing you'll do is obviously create an account and log in. Once you log in, you'll notice that you'll have your portfolio, and you'll have your watch list here. And the other thing is, if you scroll down, you have news of the day, just in terms of hot news. And then you'll have the top movers. Now, if you click show more, this is kind of like your scanner. Now, I made a video on free scanners that I use that will help you where you don't need this, because this scanner, if you click show more, isn't really that great. It shows you the top 20 stocks. You can adjust it from under 15 to 50, above 100, and so forth. But you don't have many options. And I focus on small caps. I want to focus on things that are changing over the one day that are under $15. It gives you 3 options. And to be honest with you, there's more stocks that are hitting this scanner in terms of, if I really was scanning with, let's say, finviz.com, I made a video on how I do that. You'll see so many more options that this is giving you. Now, this is a free software, so is the other one, but Robinhood focuses on trading for new beginners. I just want to let you know that you can scan briefly, but I wouldn't recommend it. The other thing is, you can also get news on certain tickers that you're watching and what's hot on Twitter and so forth. Now, what I also want to tell you guys is, let's say you want to place a trade. And I put Target on my watch list. I just like watching Target. But let's say you want to place a trade. Well, first off, I highly recommend you try something like Thinkorswim to scan for stocks and actually look at stocks and their charts. But if you're going to use this, then let's say you look up Target. You type in your ticker here, and it'll bring up Target. It'll bring up their stock price, what it's doing currently, how to execute your trade here. You can add it on your watch list, but in this case, I would click this button to remove it because it's already added. Show you a little bit about the information about the company, news, analysts, which is total BS. These guys don't know what they're doing. Earnings, this is good information, especially if you know you're going to be in the stock. Maybe you don't want to be in it when it's close to earnings. But the ideal, it tells you when it's going to be out, which is great. And then it shows you, it's kind of funny, like Amazon. People who bought this also bought this, but it makes no sense. Don't use this as a parameter to buy another stock or reason to buy. Don't even look at that. Don't waste your time. But once you're here, I want you to click expand, because expand is going to get you into candlesticks, which some people don't know that you can do. And if you don't have candlesticks right away, you click on this button and you're probably on line charts, but you want to go to candlesticks. The reason for that is because candlesticks, you can actually see price action a lot clearer and what's really happening. The challenge, you also get volume down here. The challenge is, of course, the limited information or data that they give you, which you can utilize to make a good trade. For instance, if you're a day trader, you might have intraday But this is only a 5-minute, every candle's 5 minutes. So this might not be helpful for some people. Some people like to trade on the 1-minute chart, the 2-minute chart, the tick chart, the 10-minute, the 20-minute, 30-minute. They don't give you those options. So same thing with the weekly. Everything is a fixed setting and there's no adjusting here. So knowing that, I want you to know that it's going to be challenging to trade off of the software. Now, they did give you an add data section in the top left, which is 4 different, technicals. But at the same time, I don't use technicals personally, but if you do use moving averages, exponential moving average, relative strength, or MACD, you can click on one of these and it'll bring it up. But then again, like I said, you don't really have that much, customization is what the word I'm looking for. So I just want to let you know that, which is why you might want to use another free software like Thinkorswim, TD Ameritrade, or E-Trade, because you can look at charts in a whole unique way, any way you want, customize it completely, and then you can use Robinhood to place a trade. So how do you place a trade? You just click here, top right hand corner, trade target. You can choose, how much money do you want to put in it or how much shares. I prefer shares. Let's say you want to buy 100 shares. Obviously, I have no money in this account anymore because I don't find value in Robinhood personally. And again, it's because the executions are slow. I'm a day trader. I don't want to have slow executions, especially because I'm shorting stocks or buying stocks whenever it's high volatility, meaning it's moving very quickly with huge volume, and slippage will hurt me. And then you just click buy here and you're good to go. Now, another way to go about that is if you're here, before you click expand, you can just click here, same way. You can just buy here, or you can actually sell, but in this case, you can do a limit order. You could sell if you actually had shares of this ticker, but you can do either choose a limit order, stop loss, stop, limit order, trailing stop, reoccur, and order. For those who are not aware what these are, I'll do a quick explanation. A market order means you're buying, I don't care at what price, I want quick execution, which you might think, well, that's how you beat the execution problem. But the execution of the actual platform itself, when it goes through, and the order goes through to the clearing firm, it's slow. And so it shows 130, 175, 174, but as soon as you click buy, you might not get executed until 3 to 5 seconds later, which is not good. Same thing is, that's a market order. You just want to execute it right now. I don't care the price. Limit order, you could say it gives you some protection, which it does, but when you're buying and you're day trading, you want that price. And if you're getting slow executions, you might not get in at all. And so in this case, you would type in 131.80, meaning I'm willing to pay $131.80, but no more. And if you press buy, let's say 100 shares, and good for the day is just simple as that. It's good for the day, the order till it gets filled, or good till you cancel it. And you basically just review order. And if it passes 131.80, then you do not get executed. But as long as it stays below 131.80, you get executed. Now, you can obviously read for yourself. I don't want to go over everything, but you can execute during after hours. But stop loss. Stop loss is important. And if you are going to use Robinhood, you want to use stop losses so that way you can limit your losses. Some people say limit orders is the same idea, but I love stop loss markets. Now, however, I do not love them with Robinhood because it's slow executions, because you could get major slippage. And if you know about major slippage, then just know that going in and size down accordingly to anticipate that. And then it might make sense. Now, I like to give you this quick, short, and sweet end of this deal. I want to let you know, if you want to add money to your account, it's easy. You just go to banking, you click on account, go to banking, and then you would go ahead, add new account, continue, and select the bank. Type in your username and ID, click submit, and it links your account. It's very easy for them to take money from you. And guys, that is pretty much how you use Robinhood. It's very simple software. It's easy to use. And it's probably why tons of people are using it, but just keep in mind, it's free to use, which means you're not going to have the best executions and they're not a big organization. So, some people might say otherwise, but I have my own personal experience. I use other brokers like Cobra and Dash Trader software. I use Thinkorswim for my charting. I use multiple softwares to execute. So I would say maybe just use this to execute your trades, not to track, not to look at a watch list, but use other softwares to do a watch list and watch charts like Thinkorswim. So I hope you enjoyed this content. If you have any questions, make sure to comment below, subscribe, hit the thumbs up, and don't forget, I'll have a lot more videos coming your way. So hit that bell so that way you're notified as soon as they come up. Thanks.